Sava Rose Goodman's daughter. Just
Okay.
reading it, I wouldn't be able to read that. Like with all the
ups and squiggly lines on the letters.
Accents and squigglies and
Yeah.
Riley comes in. Angel City on the board.
Corner kick presented by Cedar Sinai.
Shifty work into the box. And across, it's in! Oh, it's Lulu! It's a dream return!
Hey everybody, welcome to Casual FC World Cup Preview Podcast, at least for a little while. I'm your host, Angela Morales, with my co-host, Mario Salazar. Since this is the World Cup edition, check out our first episode in the series for a recap on all things World Cup and an explanation of the group stages, all that good stuff. You can watch the English broadcast on all of the Fox networks. They'll be on Fox, FS1, FoxSports.com, the app, any streaming app that carries Fox, YouTube TV, Sling, what have you. It just means that you have to have a TV login or some kind of like login situation with the different networks.
or old school antenna.
Right, or an antenna or radio, all that good stuff. For Spanish language broadcasts, Telemundo is the place to be. All the matches will be on Telemundo and the Universo channels, and they'll also be streaming on Peacock in Spanish. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Watch them in Spanish. It's so much fun. Even if you don't speak Spanish, it is absolutely worth your time because it is always a good time. We know how to enjoy soccer. We know how to have a good time as a culture.
It's in our blood.
Shows. Yeah, it's in our blood. If you don't remember who's playing when or what's going on, keep an eye on all of our social feeds. We'll be posting TV schedules for all the upcoming matches there because we want you to watch them. We want you to have fun. All right, so Group E, drum roll, air horns.
Let's go.
What is it? Vuvuzela, like just noisemakers, drums, everything.
Drive
USA.
to 5, baby.
Yeah, we're here. We made it.
If I actually did edit with like new sounds and stuff, I'd put an eagle screeching like
exactly like freedom, like just the ultimate obnoxious USA, everything. Group E consists of the USA, little small town team, 2 debutantes, Vietnam and Portugal. And I don't think they deserve this, but that's a different story. Usually defending champs get a little bit of an easier break first round in sports in general, but dang, that's harsh. So USA, Vietnam, Portugal, and the Netherlands. We have 2 ACFC players to watch. Miss Julie Ertz, JJ as I always call her because that's how she just is permanently in my head. And our sweet baby angel, Alyssa Thompson. The most exciting part of this is that on Friday, July 21st, in Auckland, New Zealand, USA is taking on Vietnam at 6 p.m. Get home
prime
from
time,
work.
baby.
Leave early if you need to. Traffic be damned. No, you watch this game, so help me. Like, that's where I'm at. It'll be on Fox, prime time, 6 p.m., Telemundo, NBC Universo, Peacock. Like, it's going to be on every station because it's the U.S. The U.S. games will always be televised literally everywhere. Make sure they're on your TV.
And you know what? There
iPad.
are people out here that are honestly not USA fans, and that's perfectly fine.
That's why we did episodes for everybody.
But that's fine. Yeah, that's why we did episodes for everybody. But you know what? You're wrong.
In this case, yes.
Yes,
yeah,
but
are we partial? Absolutely.
Absolutely. The most patriotic for the U.S. you're going to see us at all is going to be during this World Cup. And then we're going to go back to our normal selves.
Our normal selves. Yeah, okay, that's fine. But right
so,
now, literally, I am an eagle screeching freedom from the skies over L.A. Let's go.
But we're going to watch. We're going to watch. You're going to watch. It's going to be just great playing all the time. So just watch. 6 p.m. Let's go.
Yeah, super easy. All right, so Mario, hit me with these debut teams. Tell me about them. What do we got? Do we know anything about them? Because there's not a lot of information about some of these teams out there.
Yeah, there's not a ton of information. So we do have 2 debutantes. I don't know how the U.S. lucked out with 2 debutantes. Technically, everything's supposed to be random draw from these little balls with names in them, but we did. So we've got Vietnam. And as we were looking up, really all I could find is that the main story that I could find as far as Googling is Hyun New is the player for Vietnam who is the all-time leading scorer for them. And then again, as we've been talking about all these debutantes, it's just an amazing feat. I'm not going to say it's an honor for them to be here, because saying that it's an honor is almost diminishing the accomplishments.
An honor almost
exactly. An honor, it implies that they're being given this, and they are definitely not. Any of the first timers for this World Cup they're all powerhouses in their own right, in their own region. Whatever they've done, scratched, played, scored, fouled, whatever they had to do, they earned their spot here.
Absolutely.
So they haven't been honored to be here. They have earned the right to be here. So don't ever count any of the debutantes out. You know what? Some of these games might be blowouts, but there will be magic on those fields. So keep an eye on all of them.
Absolutely.
So the player to watch, Hyun New, is number 9 on the Vietnamese team. So keep an eye out on her. And then the second team that we have is Portugal, another debutant to the World Cup. And they topped Cameroon to get to this World Cup. Portugal was one of those teams that had to do the kind of last round play-in matches to get into the World Cup.
Yeah, down to the wire.
Super down to the wire. When they did the drawing, basically the drawing of their ball would have been like, it would have said like Portugal, Cameroon. Like it would have had both their names on it, because the game wouldn't have been played yet. So they super last minute, but they have earned it, and they are now in the tournament. 2 players to watch. We have Carol Costa, who scored the winning goal that actually got them here, and that will be player number 15. And then we've also got Jessica Silva, who played for the KC Current last season and is currently going to play as number 10 with Portugal for the first time ever on this world stage.
Yeah, so exciting.
So now that I got the easy part done,
now here come the heavy hitters. Of this group. So the Netherlands, they're known as the Orange Lionesses, and they are on a bit of a revenge tour in the World Cup against your one and only home team, or no home team in this sense, but our team, the U.S.
Home team.
Yeah. We beat them in the final of the World Cup in 2019. So it's very much a heated rivalry. It's very fun at the same time. The funny thing is that I have an averse reaction to the color orange because of the college. I went to Long Beach State, so very black and gold. Our rivals are Cal State Fullerton. I refuse to wear orange because of that. Same with the Netherlands. Their kits are always so bright. And it's, I can't. Yeah, and they look dope. They look so cool in every sport. All of their uniforms, everything looks so cool. And I'm just like, no, I can't like it. So
it's definitely a national color. Even one of the architects that I'm working with right now, like orange is a very prominent color that they're using. So it's a thing.
I wonder why that is. You need to ask them and then get back to me on why orange is their thing. They have won the Euros. They, like I said, they took silver in the World Cup in 2019. The big story is that they also have been hit by the knee plague. Miedema will not be at this World Cup because of an ACL tear. Miedema it's a one-namer. Like, when we've talked about it before, I'm sure we'll say it again, when a player can go by one name, that's it.
Yeah.
That's
the player to, be afraid of.
Yeah, or to know that they're going to come in and make an immediate impact, no questions asked. With that said, expect the next few players to be change makers, because Netherlands is going to show up. They're going to put up a hell of a fight. They're going to be a solid contender to get out of this group. It's projected that it'll be the U.S. and Netherlands coming out, but again, we never know.
Okay, real quick.
Yes.
Who's gonna top the? If we're basically
Okay.
we're kind of gonna go with Netherlands, US, right?
Yeah.
Who do you think is gonna top the group?
Oh, that's a good question. I think because medium is not there, it'll be the U.S.
Okay,
Like,
so
truly, I think that's what's going to happen.
US,
Because-
Netherlands, 1-2.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. So, players to watch. We have at number 11, I believe it's Liek Martens. At number 8, Sherida Spit. Number 14, Jackie Groenen. And number 10, Danielle Van de Donk. That is a name that, like, haunts me. Like, I hear it in my head from the last World Cup, from the Olympics, where it's just like, ugh, these players are so good. But I'm so excited for this group for obvious reasons. But I'm looking for the dark horse. We haven't talked too much about that overall. So I'm really excited to see what's going to come out of Group E. Alrighty. It is time.
Here we go. Let's drum roll.
All right. Team USA.
Team
Like,
U.
Very much like USA. USA. Okay. So I'm just going to run down our roster and what NWSL teams they're coming from. There's a few people that aren't playing in the NWSL right now, mainly Lindsay Horan, who's co-captaining with Alex Morgan. Interesting choice. There's been controversy. Crystal Dunn was not chosen as captain. Nobody understands. But we don't know what happens in the locker room. I have thoughts. They don't need to be aired. They're not important. Like, at all. They're just not in this case. Okay, so from the Chicago Red Stars, we have the brick wall, Alyssa Nair. Really fun fact. We have 4 sets of twins on the U.S. national team. Not playing, but like 4 players are twins. Like, they have a twin.
Okay.
No, not 4.
I was like, that's going to make it very confusing.
No, I said that's so wrong. Oh my God.
They are twins.
They are 4 different players are twins. Yes.
Okay.
So Alyssa Nair is one of them. She has been a constant threat of making the goal smaller. She just is so good. As an ACFC fan, I hate playing the Red Stars, obviously, because of her. It's one of those, like, no matter how good or bad the rest of the team is, if she's in the box, okay, dang.
I'm gonna say, you know what? Great, we have her on the national team.
Yes, exactly. How, like, we talked about Kaylin Sheridan on Canada being this force to be reckoned with, this brick wall. Alyssa Nair is right there with her. So it's so good. We have from Gotham, Kelly O'Hara, Lynn Williams, and Christy Mewis. Christy Mewis is making her debut in the World Cup, which sounds crazy because she's been in the conversation for so long. She was on the team, out with injury, came back, worked her way back into the team. There's so many stories. Kelly O'Hara broke down in a way I wasn't ready for in the call-up video that the U.S. national team did. Like, I was expecting her to be so excited. I didn't expect to start crying with her because, like, she was so emotional to be there. And
if you haven't seen if you haven't seen the call-up video from the U.S. team, go and
watch it. Call-up video, go watch the introduction video, like anything.
I mean, it's even got Angela tearing up right now. Like, she's.
I'm just so excited. If you haven't put it together, I really like women's sports, and I get really excited and really invested.
All for it. I'm here.
You're the best.
Same
enabler.
passion. Yes, I'm the enabler. I'm the one that said, let's start a podcast.
Yeah. He threw the idea out, and then I peer pressured him into co-hosting with me. He was like, no, like, I was like, no, you should have a conversation with me about it. But from the North Carolina Courage, we have Casey Murphy, who will be backing up Alyssa Nair, and Emily Fox. From the OL Reign, we have Sophia Huerta, Alana Cook, Emily Sonnet, Megan Rapinoe, who is retiring. Pino is basically another one-namer at this point. If you don't know who Pino is, you've basically been off the planet for the last 10 years.
Yeah, where have you been? even if you've been one of the opposing side. You know who she pissed everybody off because she said, I don't want to go to your White House. I don't care. Everybody knows who Rapinoe is.
Everybody knows who she is.
And we've said it in the last couple of pods here. Nike football, again.
Oh,
freaking amazing with all of their like ads. They're all a minute long, so just go to Nike Football, their YouTube
just
channel.
Enjoy it. Spend 10 minutes and watch these commercials. The one they did for Pinot.
But it's 80s,
the most 80s
nostalgia.
90s.
G.I. Joe, Sailor Moon.
Yes, it's G.I. Joe, Sailor Moon, Transformers, like all of those cartoons. And the whole time it's like, Megan Rapinoe. And it's so good.
It's the greatest music. It's the great.
It's
and
just bright colors.
The hair.
She's riding a motorcycle. It's very Pinot. From information she gives us about her personality, it feels like it just fits. Those puzzle pieces locked in.
Do yourself a favor and go watch it. It's just great. Okay, let's keep going.
Sorry. And then last but not least from the rain is Rose Lavelle, who's coming off an injury. She has been spotted fully dressed, participating in training. For those who, we didn't really talk about it, it is winter in Australia and New Zealand since they're in the southern hemisphere. And it's cold. It's maybe 50 degrees.
It was 105 degrees at my house today.
Yeah, I came back from Vegas today and it was 122 yesterday. It was awful. It hurt to breathe. It felt like you were just shooting a hairdryer directly into your eyeballs. But Rose is out there. Like, she played in Wisconsin in shorts and she's ready for this. They posted a picture of her. They're like, oh my God, how's she doing it? I am living. I am thriving. This is my weather.
It's come the New Year and the Rose Bowl, the Rose Parade, and you get all those the fans and stuff from Wisconsin, and they're in shorts and enjoying it. And then all of us here in LA are freezing, and we're like, what are you doing? It's
what
so
is wrong
cold.
with you? They're like, this is springtime, and you're like,
it's only 58, 60 degrees, and they're just it's freezing.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so from the Thorns, we have the freaking threat of the year, Sophia Smith and Crystal Dunn. Oh yeah,
Sophia Smith. Watch her commercial. I had to double take behind my back after I saw that one. It was I loved it. It's very much horror homage. It's freaking fantastic.
She's gonna haunt you. In the way I said that Von der Donk haunts me from the 2019 World Cup, Sophia Smith is going to be ruining some lives and hurting some feelings. Crystal Dunn is one of the best players on this team. You can't tell me otherwise. You can put her anywhere on the pitch and she will make a difference. She can score, she can defend, she can break up a scoring drive in the midfield. She can do everything. She also is returning after having her son. She's the one that came back, it felt 10 minutes after giving birth, but was very adamant. This is not a normal thing. This should not become normal. This shouldn't be expected to be normal. I chose to do this because I wanted to do this. And I think she's going to have a hell of a World Cup, and I'm so excited to see her. We have Savannah DeMello from Racing Louisville, who just got her first cap last week versus Wales, or the game before that. She was a surprise pick for the roster, but everyone is pumped. She's going to make a big difference. A lot of that is because there's not a lot of scouting on her on the national level with this team. So I think it's going to be...
weapon.
Exactly. I'm curious to see how teams respond, given that this roster is so different from 2019. This is the changing of the guard. Yes, Pinot. There's been a lot of talk about how, Pinot's 38. And I'm like, cool, you make it sound like she's got one foot in the grave and she's 11 months older than me.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. And then you have
I'm
Alyssa
38,
Thompson.
come on.
Yeah.
But then I do hurt.
I hurt too, but dang. But it's funny, Alex Morgan said, we've got Alyssa Thompson, who's 18, to Pinot. The age range
I was going to say, I was going to bring that up at some point.
It's a whole player. One of these players is 20 years old. And boom. But at
I think the quote was something about the team and the age range. She's, oh yeah, we've got players from 18, referencing Alyssa Thompson, 18 to Pinot. That was the
and then
trick.
He immediately started cracking up, and but the fact that we have that much veteran knowledge and that much maturity on this team is really cool to see how that ushers in this new class of younger players and brings them into that win at all costs, drive for five, like this is our tournament mindset that this team is known for. So I'm curious to see how that goes. From the San Diego Wave, we have talked about both of these players a ton already in previous episodes. We have defender Naomi Yerma, who's taking the torch or receiving the torch of defense in the U.S. and leading the defensive side of things at such a young age. Alex Morgan, who has just, man, Alex Morgan has done so much for soccer in the last few years. A lot of the players on this team have helped push for equal pay for the women's team. Alex Morgan being one of them. Alex has called out a lot of the issues in the NWSL, has been a driving force in the change in the league and respect for the players. She's helped with the Players Association and the CBA and helping work towards all kinds of stuff. It's been fantastic to watch her mature as a player and like on and off the pitch. And I love this team so much. Okay. It's funny because a month ago I was like, yeah, Alex Morgan's great. This sucks.
Yeah,
We against her. And now I'm like, she's the best thing since sliced bread. And I'm so excited.
And that's the beauty of all of this, is that you play for San Diego, you're our rivals, or whether you think they're manufactured or not, like they're just going to naturally be our rivals. And it's, they're coming to town, or we're going down there. I really hope the worst for them. And then come World Cup, you say, no matter what. So they are one of us the entire way.
And then, okay, so from the Washington Spirit, we have Ashley Sanchez, Andy Sullivan, Trinity Rodman, and Aubrey Kingsbury. We talked about all four of these players in our Spirit episode, and all of them all of these players deserve to be here, absolutely. But Andy being there is just, it's so good to see a player who's been up and down and called up and not making rosters and back called up again, to see her there. I think she's going to be a huge game changer for us. Trinity is going to hurt some feelings. Aubrey's going to be backing up Alyssa Nair. It's just, it's so good. There's big stories too, but around Sofia Huerta and Ashley Sanchez and their like Latin backgrounds, American backgrounds, and how that plays towards them being in the World Cup and what that means. And it's just, man, it's so cool.
Yeah, because if you have the ability to have dual citizenship, or you have heritage in multiple countries, you have to make a decision. And and as easy as it might seem to be able to say, oh, I'm going to switch over to, I'm now going to play for the other country. It's not that easy.
It's not that easy, no.
And it's a one-time thing. So you have to be absolutely sure.
Yeah.
Like, whether it is you played for the U.S. and you want to go play for another country, or you played for another country and decided that you want to come play for the U.S. Like,
federations don't make it easy. Immigration doesn't make it easy. There's so much that goes into declaring your country and like your allegiance. So yeah, it's wild. And last but not least, our ACFC Angels on loan to the national team, flying high. Like, we've got JJ in the midfield and Alyssa Thompson, who's gonna just blow by some defenders. It's gonna be insane. She's so fast.
Those young knees are just gonna take her so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just so freaking excited. I do have to say, the one thing that like the entire world is devastated about is the fact that our forever captain, Becky Sauerbrunn, will not be there. She had a ankle or a foot injury that she was unable to recover from in time, and it just guts everyone, the players, the fans, Becky. Like, this was not supposed to be how she walked away from the national team. I hope she's there in some capacity as a coach, as like a keychain with a little like mini bobblehead, a little thing like Funkos. I think Alyssa Nair has one on her backpack that's Becky. Like, Becky Sauerbrunn is so incredibly important to this team, to the NWSL, to women's soccer. I have her jersey her and Pino are my national team jerseys right now because of that. They're so important to the culture of the sport as well as the skill of the national team. It's just great. And not having Becky there hurts my feelings. At the ACFC Pride game, it was the day after the announcement came out about Becky's status. And I've walked by somebody who had a Becky Sauerbrunn pride jersey, like the national team pride numbers. And I stopped them and I was like, "Are you okay?" And she was like, "No, I can't talk about it." I was like, "I can't either. I just want to make sure that somebody checked on you." And she's, "Thank you so much." I was like, "Your jersey is amazing. This sucks." And she's, "Yeah." And that's been the whole thing, is that Becky should be there in some capacity. I don't want to talk about it too much because I will probably cry. I'm tired. And I know I'm like emotional about it forever.
Tired, it's late, we're trying to get all this out. But yes, it's even being the casual fan to all of this, the news about Becky was like, I saw ripples like everywhere about it. And but the trying to see the bright side of someone who's so important and integral to this US women's national team is the fact that a lot of the young talent that's coming in with Trinity, with Alyssa Thompson, with all the youngins that are coming in, have the knowledge and the base of the veterans of the team, that we're in a good spot, and it's gonna be magic. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be the drive to 5 is real. Yeah, it's going to be a fun ride, and I can't wait for all of it. Yes, we fully appreciate everything that Becky has done for the team, and I do hope that you get your wish, that she is somehow involved with the team. We'll see. We'll probably hear about it, definitely, if she is.
The internet will explode. Just soccer fans will...
I think the internet's going to explode either way, whether she is or not. If she is, it's going to explode. If she's not, it's also going to explode.
Yes, exactly. So no matter what, this team is the team to watch. Even if you are not American, they'll be talking about it because we are the reigning champs. We could set history and be the first team to win 3 World Cups in a row. Obviously, we have already won like the most titles, so that just adds to that. But this, oh man, this is so exciting. I'm just pumped. I was like, I knew I was excited, but now talking about the team, it's even like more so. It's so cool. It's World Cup. I feel like it was taking forever to get here, and now I'm like, oh my god, it starts on Thursday.
Now it's here. It's, as of this recording, as of us trying to finish this recording, it's in 2 days.
Oh yeah. So kickoff has occurred.
So we are definitely excited. We are waiting for we can't wait. Yes, as we've mentioned before, there will be very many sleepless days that we're going to be at work, possibly zombie-ish. But you know what? It's all in support and excitement for what's about to happen. There's going to be magic on the field, both definitely from our shining red, white, and blue team that is just going to drive to 5, all of those hashtags, like everything. But even from the debutantes of Vietnam, of Portugal, of Panama, of all of them, and then the rivals of the Netherlands and Germany, and we're looking at Japan kind of building back up. I think all of this is just going to be super exciting, the highlights are going to just be insane for the next month of what's going to be happening.
Just beautiful soccer.
So something we haven't done yet, and I'm popping this up on you. We don't have it in the script or anything like that, but favorite U.S. kit.
Oh, favorite U.S. kit. Oh, dang.
I'm partial to the Waldo kit. The Waldo kit, for those that are not familiar, you've probably seen it at some point in your head. It's literally, it's called the Waldo kit because it looks like Where's Waldo.
Like Where's Waldo?
It was I think it was just the right amount of the thick red stripe. So it's red and white stripes going horizontally. It's one of those things where you have really thin stripes either vertically or horizontally. You're like, oh, that's either gonna make you look really lanky or
really weird
or really weird or whatever. These were just perfect. And then they had a little break in the chest on the back. Sorry, there was a break in the back that just perfectly framed the player number. I'm really upset that I never got a Waldo kit. Like I never actually got one. I remember when the Waldo kit came out, I was in Seattle for a half marathon and I was at the Nike store there and I was like, should I buy one? Should I not buy one? And then I decided not to. Really upset because I do think looking back, it's probably my favorite one. The most recent one? The one with the like the
red and blue.
The red and blue like jagged stripies.
Yeah.
That one
what
was good.
Called?
It was good. I don't know what it was.
And I really liked it because of the matching socks, honestly. It just looks so cool. And that same year, the warm-ups are my favorite warm-ups they've ever had. They were so cool. And those are just player issue. They don't make those for
coordination.
sale.
Coordination is key. I will say that the last year kits for, which I believe it's last year's. It's last year's kit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't like. Well, I didn't very much like it. You know what I did? I like the warm-up kits. The warm-up kits were actually really
the warm-up kits were great, but the actual kits were not my favorite.
Yeah. If they would have made the warm-up kits, the actual kits, I would have been happy, but no.
Yes, I completely agree.
Okay, so
right.
We are done with our recaps. Just
Our
to give you a little insight, we, just like most TV shows, we record these out of order, and you get them the way they go, the way they get released. We are now officially done recording all the group stages.
Yeah.
And again, we really hope you enjoyed all of these. If you did, let us know. Give us a follow. Tell your friends. Tell someone. Get them into it. Give them the very first episode, which is just basic World Cup info, and be like, hey, I think you're going to like soccer. I think you're going to really like women's soccer. It's going to be amazing. Get ready for the ride. And then if they take the bite, maybe give them a couple more episodes. Sprinkle those in. Exactly. Keep that text thread going. Let them know what's happening. Make sure that they're responding. All that good stuff. So thank you for being on this ride with us. Follow us on all our socials at Casual FC Pod on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok, on Threads. And we hope to do more of these. Hopefully we keep this thing going for the rest of the World Cup. But
yeah, definitely. Yeah, let us know if there's anything you're looking for, what you want to hear, anything we need to talk about. We've got a whole bunch more NWSL content coming down the line. So, yeah.
Yeah. And if anything, you know what? We're going to be the Screaming Eagles for this U.S. women's national team. We're going to keep going with match previews for at least us. So, thank you for listening. Catch you next time.
Yeah, see you later.